Hi, I'm Andy Fogarty from the AtHomeWelder.com, and I'm here for KingMetals.com. And today, we're going to turn this 16-yard dumpster to this 20-yard dumpster. Alright, so this project isn't going to be anywhere near as difficult as it sounds. All we're doing is building a wall all the way around the dumpster, and we're going to raise this about 15 inches. And to do that, we're going to use some 16-gauge sheet metal, which is actually the sheet metal that this dumpster is made out of, and some 3-inch box tube, which is also what the frame around this dumpster is. So to do this, we're going to raise it ours 15 inches, and I used a math equation to figure out, how much higher it needed to go to turn this into a 20-yard dumpster, and I'll give you that equation at the end of this video. Okay, so here's the material we ordered from King, and I went ahead and got the sheet metal sheared to the size that I needed. Now I got this sheared at 15 inches wide, and the longest section is going to be 8 feet, which is going to be the ends of my dumpster, and then my other two longer panels, I had them sheared into two 7-foot sections, because it's about 14 feet long, and that's going to allow me to weld down the center of where one of our braces is, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here very soon. But I just planned this out so it'd be easier for me to weld it together instead of trying to weld together the sheet where there wasn't anything else joining. It was just trying to weld two pieces of sheet together, which, it's easy to blow through. So the design for this is very simple. We're going to use our 3-inch box tube to build our framework, and then we're going to fill it in with sheet metal. So we're going to have our top rail with our 3-inch box tube, just kind of like how this has here, and we're actually going to have little pieces of the 3-inch box tube come up at 4 different points. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the paint from where we're going to be welding. Now we're not going to remove the paint from the entire surface because that's just extra work that doesn't need to be done. Alright, so we're going to hit the edge of this lip here with our grinder just to remove some of this paint to give us something nice and clean to weld to. And we're also going to hit at the 5 locations where we're going to have our 3-inch box tube coming up to build our frame. Alright, so we have removed all the paint from where we're going to be welding on the dumpster, and we've cut all of our material. Now you can see I've got all my material out here. Now normally I would weld up my projects inside on a table to make sure everything is nice and square, but for this, because this is such a large section, this is 14 feet long, and it's going to get really heavy, I don't really want to be trying to maneuver this inside, especially by myself, because it's just me, and this is pretty heavy stuff. So I'm going to build it right here on the dumpster. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my long piece, which is going to be the top of our wall, setting it right on top of the dumpster, and we're going to build this upside down and flip it. So I've got this sitting on the dumpster. These are my brace pieces. I'm just going to set them right on top, weld these up. I've actually got my welder inside the dumpster. So after we weld this up, then we're going to flip this over and just weld it to the dumpster, and then we'll weld our sheet on. So we're going to start doing that in the next video in this series. So go ahead, and I'll see you in the next video.